Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another basic setup video, and I just want to talk to you guys about what I recommend for new fly fishermen, those just getting into the craft, or maybe those that stepped away for a while and you're coming back in kind of like I did. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what I'm carrying. All right, so if you've looked at any of my other videos, you know that I was a fan of a vest, but vests are old school, right? That's what the older guys wear. And then I went to a backpack, and then I went to a chest waders or a chest pack, and finally I settled on this. This is a Mountain Smith. It's not waterproof or anything. This is just a basic lumbar pack. This is great. I wear this on my bike rides. I fill it up with my fishing gear, and it's always ready to go. So let's take a look at what I have. So on the outside, I just have my basic pliers. These aren't supposed to be, I actually found these on the water today. I'm gonna hang on to those though. They'll be good. Put them in my fly tying stuff, right? So you need a good pair, barb crimpers, whatever, but these are also the basic scissors. Let's see if I can get them open with my left hand. I'm not left-handed, but you can see, right, these are loons. So you got the nice scissors here, crimpers and all that other stuff, so really handy. It's got a built-in carabiner, so I can attach it, pretty simple, just hang it, or I attach this little springy leash because I tend to drop my things in the water, so I attach that right there. This pack is really nice, actually. If I can get my gut out of the way, this pack is really nice. It's got 2 drink holders, right, for your nice coldies on the water. It's got a little pouch right here. This is where I put all my trash. Bought some of these. I hate these. Don't get these kind, right? I'll talk about that in a second. Let's look at what's in here. I don't normally carry one of these around. Kern River Fly Shop, if you're ever in the area, support these guys. They're super awesome. Always phenomenal service. Anyway, you can either carry your flies around in something like this, which I know a lot of guys do. Carry them in something like this. I'm gonna set this on the ground, make things easier. I went ahead and took that off. It was getting too hard to film. I've done a lot of eating during the past year. Almost can't see my toes. Anyway, I've got 3 fly boxes. You don't need 3 fly boxes. You could probably get away with 1 fly box, but I have mine divided up, okay? So I've got my larger fly box here for my big heavyweight streamers, hoppers, terrestrials, things like that. Sometimes I get up here and the trout aren't hitting, so I'll go to the lower Kern River and I'll hit up some smallmouth. Okay, and then I've got my 2 fly boxes here. I've got my streamers and my nymphs. Okay, my streamers and nymphs, and you can organize those however you want. And then I've got my dry patterns. And sometimes I do end up with a few, wet nymphs or wet patterns and things like that in here, but that's how I organize my stuff. You could probably do this starting out, right, with one of these, one side for one thing, the other side for the other thing. You don't need this many of each coloration. I don't know why, but the trees, they tend to eat my stuff. Here are my tippets, right? So I've got 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X, and then this here is just some 8-pound and some 12-pound. And I just throw this on here. Again, sometimes I'll carry 2 different rods. I'll have a heavier rod with me, and I'll go out and hit up the smallmouth. Okay, you don't always have to have that. As you can see, I carry plenty of these in all different sizes. Okay, it's really simple just to put these on. They gotta, especially if you have a float line with a welded loop, and come in a 3-pack, self-contained, so really simple. Indicator. This is a New Zealand style indicator with, it takes a little rubber tube that goes over your line, and then this slides through it, and then you pull it tight. These work nice, but they tend to soak up, and and heavy runoffs and things like that, they tend to drop in the water, or sink underwater. But I do find that this tells me when the fish start hitting top water, they like to hit this indicator, and then I quickly tie on a dry fly. All right, the goods. Okay, I've got 2 floatants, even though this doesn't have a label, it's a floatant. So I've got this floatant, this floating's almost out, so I went ahead and picked up another one just to be safe. Got some sinking solution, the Henry Sinket wetting agent. I got that there. And then I've got a little Top Ride shaker solution here. Whenever you're setting this up, just remember, okay, with your dry flies, this goes on when the fly is just being put on. It is 100% dry. Once it gets wet, you can't put this on anymore. It will not work. So when you put this on, your fly gets wet, you bring it out, you put it in here. Right, you can see that powder, you put it in here, close it up, give it a shake, pull it back out, and then you can put some of this back on it. Okay, but that's how I do that. And then sometimes I'll rig up a Euro nymph rig, and this is what I use as my cider. And so I throw this in there between my my tippet and my float line, and I use that as a cider. So I carry that. That is not necessary. It's just something I have. You could always use this as a leader if you needed to. Stuff's great. This Amnesia, by the way, it does not, no matter how you use it, it does not have a memory. Awesome. And then we got these indicators. These are little sticker type squeeze. They stick on. And these are the ones that I recommend. These unscrew. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. These unscrew, the line goes in between this little crevice right here, and then you just screw this back on, okay? Right, and then that just screws back on. Hold on to your line, you can loosen it a little bit, slide it up and down your leader as you need to change your depth, okay? Then, other than that, I've got a knife that I carry in here, just for, you never know when you need a knife. I've got a knife there, I got a knife in my pocket. And that is what I have. Oh, you need a landing net. Okay, I recommend this rubber type landing net. It's really easy on the fish. Mucous membranes on the outside of their skin. So this is nice for catch and release. This one is a carbon fiber net. You don't need a carbon fiber net. This was like $100. Again, Kern River Fly Shop. Shout out to them. But it's carbon fiber. It floats super lightweight. I've got a magnetic attachment here, which is really handy because sometimes I've got my net and something's going on or whatever, and so I can quickly, I don't know if you can see this, I can just quickly attach it right here on my waders, and my net will hang right there, and then I can work out wherever I need to work out. Other than that, it just rides in my back between my lumbar pack and my waders. So that's my setup. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but these are my cocoons. They fit over my prescription glasses. They are a blessing. They're polarized. I can see through the water with them. They're goofy looking, but the goofier you are, the more fish you tend to catch. Also, hey, the longer your net is, right, the longer the handle is, I believe that is the measure of your professional ability. So you might want to be walking around with a 6-foot net or something. I've seen it done. Just kidding. Don't do it. Okay, stick with the shorter net. Maybe if you're fishing up on a bank or something, you might need a longer length. But when you're out in the water waiting, you definitely don't want one of those things dangling between you, hitting you in your butt when you're trying to, you know, get out there and get places. It's cold. I'm gonna go down and get some food, get off the water, and hopefully this helped you out. If it did, give it a like. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and if you could think of anything else, throw it in the comments, and I'll address it in another video. All right, guys, stay tuned.